Hey everyone, just doing a quick vlog to talk about the sad news that Teen Wolf is finishing. Hmm. But it's been a great 6 seasons, and I've loved going to the Teen Wolf convention, run by Rogue, and Teen Wolf has given me some amazing memories, from the very first one to going down with Midnight to London to E4 to when we met Tyler H for the first time, when he did a photo where I was dressed as Styles, and he did the scene where he gets Styles pinned up against the wall. And then the photo, it was like a few days after my birthday, so I got 2 pictures of Tyler, and it was like on the second one, I need to learn how to take that sound off, but on the second photo shoot, he kind of said, okay, for your second one, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I've kind of come for my birthday. He's like, it's got to be a hug then, got to be a hug, give me a hug. So on the second picture I had of him, is like this big hug, and he's just got a bigger smile on his face, and I'm tiny compared to him, so I'm kind of like snuggled up next to him. And then at that Wolf Spain, it was when I had a picture taken of J.R. Bourne dressed as Sam Carter from Stargate SG-1, and I walked up and it was like, oh, you from Stargate? And like, yeah, and I explained to him what picture I wanted, the one where it's kind of like doing the Anne thing with Sam, and we did that picture. What I might actually do is, if I can find the pictures, I might put them up on the end of this video so you can actually see them as well. That was the first year, and then just after I had my picture taken with JR, Midnight, she went up and it was like, are you from Stargate? And she's like, Midnight is the biggest J.R. Bourne fan going, there's no fan bigger than Midnight. It was the first time I'd ever seen Midnight legit fangirl. She was just lost for words, and she was just like, I can't believe I'm finally meeting you. I can't believe after 8 years I'm finally meeting you. And it's like, well, I'm here. What picture do you want? And she was like, and he goes, she goes something like, well, I'm meant to be Tok'ra. And he was like, you're Tok'ra? I'm Tok'ra? Everybody Tok'ra! So I'm sort of at the side laughing my head off. And we took the picture, and she walked out, she said something like, I'm Midnight, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, by the gods of Natu, which is apparently where Martooth was tortured. At Midnight, I've seen Stargate, and I do like Stargate, but she knows, it's been that long since I've watched it. Midnight knows it better than me. So yeah, that was the first one. It was the first time. It was a weird convention because it was in London, and my dad took us down, and Midnight's dad picked us up. But it was also our first convention we'd gone to without Ali, which was a bit strange because we'd got that used to it being the 3 of us at a convention. But Ali wasn't a Teen Wolf fan, so and I think she was working that weekend, so she wasn't able to make it even to LobbyCon. The year after, was back in Birmingham, and we went down and checked in, and it was just again, it was just amazing because Ian Bohan was there, and there was Tyler H again, JR again, and Daniel Sherman, which this one is just, I decided to go and have a picture with Daniel dressed as Tessa. The original idea was for me and Midnight to do Will and Jem in a picture, but we got told that you could only have single pictures on the Saturday, so we couldn't do one where I was Tessa and then another one where I was Jem. I should explain, as a lot of people see on my feed, I'm Infernal Devices Mortal Instruments fan. I've talked about it before in other vlogs and other things. So Daniel Sherman reads the audiobooks to Clockwork Princess, and I'm blushing thinking about it. But yeah, we went for this picture, and it was basically like, okay, let's do Will and Tessa, and then the joint picture of me and Midnight, get Daniel to do something Gem-like, and I would have a single one with him as get him doing something Will-like. So we walked into the room, and it was me and Midnight, and I just looked over at Daniel, and I just goes, Midnight, I can't do it. And she's like, why? I said, look what he's wearing. And he was legit in full black costume. He had a black t-shirt, black pants, black shoes, black leather jacket. He was a shadow hunter that day, and I kept going, I can't do it, I just can't do it. And there was our other friend, so behind us, he was going, I can't do it, I don't know what to do in my picture, what am I going to do? And then there was our other friend, Laurie, who seemed like she's a Daniel Sherman fan as well. She was the calmest out of us all. There was over Midnight, who was just like, yeah, it's Daniel. But they was the calmest. There was me and Jamie freaking out. And then we got there, and I just froze. I just kind of like, it felt like somebody had just like knocked the wind out of me, but in a good way. So I just stood at the edge, and Midnight walked up to him, and she was like, Eva, come on. I'm like, because I have this really long red dress on, and I had a long brown wig on, something similar to Armia is now actually, but at the time I had like really short, it was kind of like, what other style is it? Pixie. My hair was pixie cropped. It was really, really short. So I had a long brown wig on, and we walked up, and I'm kind of like a little bit behind Midnight, hiding behind her. And he looked up, and he looked at Midnight, because like Midnight had like the full Victorian gear on. She had like proper Victorian get up going on. And we walked up, and he's kind of like looking at Midnight, and she goes, I'm William Hemdale from the London Institute, or something like that, and he's like, Shadow Hunters! And she was like, something like, may I introduce Miss Tessa Gray? And just kind of like stepped back, and Daniel was like, oh my god, you look amazing, you look brilliant. you Tessa, oh my God. And he grabbed Midnight's hand and was like, you've got maroon, oh my, you've got maroons on. You've got maroon. And it was kind of like, the fact that he recognised who he was, and the fact that he was so thrilled by it. Anyway, I had my picture with him. Me and Midnight had a double picture where we kind of like, he's at one side, Midnight's at the other, and we both got on my hands, and I've got hold of this little cat, this little toy cat, which is Church, and we just kind of like have a picture taken, and Midnight doesn't like it, but I like it. And then I had a single picture with him where I kind of like, I said, do something Will will do, so he just give me a hug, and I'm kind of like got my hand on his chest, and like my head kind of like on his shoulder kind of thing, and it kind of like caught the wig, and the wig moved back a little bit to get a little bit of my natural hair coming through. But that was one of the most amazing experiences, because he was just so so nice and so amazing. And of course I got another picture with Tyler H, where he just kind of like stood behind me, gave me a hug, and then I got a picture of Ian Bohan, and again he just kind of like stood behind me, giving me a hug. But in one of the talks, I got up and I asked Ian a question, and I just kind of like went really shy and quiet and meek and mild. And after I finished the question, Ian went, well, aren't you just adorable? And I just kind of went, I'm doing it now. I just went really so red, and I just went, so I'm coming out. Our friend Steph sneaks up behind me and put her arm on me and goes, well, aren't you just adorable? I'm like, no, I can't believe it. I'm getting a reputation. I'm getting a reputation at the conventions. Because this one like a couple of years after Misha had pulled me up on stage at the Autumn. So yeah, I think the Autumn's pretty lucky for me. Saying that, the next day I did have an autistic meltdown the next day, because we'd gotten the autograph for Daniel Sherman, and we'd missed it on the screen, completely missed it. If you'd missed it or it hadn't come up, but our Twitter wouldn't work, so we missed it on Twitter. So we got to Daniel's autograph, and we got told, me Midnight got told, oh, you should have come yesterday. It's like, but no, it never came up on the board, we never saw it. And I'd paid like for this autograph, so that caused me to have a meltdown, because thinking I wouldn't get it. But our friend Laurie, she kind of took control of the situation. She said, look, she's autistic, she's going in. She got me in. I'm walking up to Daniel in tears. I was in floods. I'm just kind of like, and I got up to Daniel, and Daniel just goes, oh, my little shadow hunter, what's wrong, what's happened? So that kind of brought me back to calm myself down. So I explained to him what happened, and he goes, oh, my little shadow hunter, do you need a hug? I'm like, please, can I have a hug? So Daniel gave me a big hug, and like really, and he's like, you okay now? Look, just everything's alright, you're fine. It happens, you're in. And then he had a chat with me, and then we went to Ian, and I got down to Ian for his autograph, And he signed me an autograph book, and then Midnight goes, she's not stopped blushing since you called her adorable yesterday. And Ian goes, but she's adorable. I kind of started blushing again and walked off. And Midnight said that he looked up and went, you know, I'm a little bit in love with her. And then just signed Midnight's book. So she came running up and told me, I'm like, what? Oh no! Why? I'm not pretty. No. So anyway, I just like, why would anybody love me? No, I'm not pretty. No, oh no, I don't get it. No. So anyway, then last year, it was Colton Haynes, and he was just so nice. Colton Haynes, he was just hysterical. He was lovely. So I can't wait for the Wolfsbane in September because it's going to be awesome. Story with Colton Haynes in the photo shoots was I was meant to do a photo with well, I don't know if people watch Arrow or if they know Arrow, yeah, but I'm laughing a lot, otherwise I'm going to get really emotional and it'll be a sad vlog, and I don't want it to be a sad vlog. Because as I say, Teen Wolf has brought me so many good memories in conjunction with Rogue events. Teen Wolf has just brought me so many amazing, awesome memories. The one with Colton was, I went up from a picture and I was meant to be Sin from Arrow, and he went to give me a hug, and I just kind of like, and he was like, oh, do you not want an hug? So I was like, okay, I can give you an hug one if you want. Yeah, but Colton was so nice, and another one, there's just, to be honest, Touchwood, every time I talk about convention, or every time I talk about meeting actors, I can't say bad things. I know there's a lot of people who have had bad experiences with actors, and but so far I've not had a bad experience. So yeah, Teen Wolf has given me so many amazing memories. Just so many great times. I mean, I love Supernatural, I love Arrow, I love The Flash, I love there's just so much I love, but I love Vampire Diaries, I love originals. But Teen Wolf, for some reason, Teen Wolf is the one that's brought me so many great memories. I know that it sounds really unfair to say that because each convention has brought me a good memory. Like having the photo with Ian Summerlander where he's compelling me, getting dragged on stage by Misha. I think what it is with Teen Wolf is it was such a small convention, and it was just, well, it still is. I just can't find the words to really describe it, but not only is Teen Wolf finishing now, but this year will be the last Wolfsbane, the last howl, which we've been blessed because we thought last year was the last one, but we will have one in September, back in London where it all started, and it's just surreal. I'm just I'm just trying to think of words to. Okay, Teen Wolf fandom will never die. There's always going to be DVDs. It's always going to be shown on Netflix or Amazon or things like that. And I'm sure that other places there'll be conventions where we'll be able to see the Teen Wolf guests, and I'm sure like the other things we do, like Tyler's going over to Supergirl very for season 2. So there's every chance that we'll get Tyler at one of the other superhero conventions, or with Rogue doing City of Heroes. They'll probably get Tyler for City of Heroes, and then you've also got Daniel Sharman for Originals. You also have him for Shadowhunters. I know he's not in the TV show, but like I say, he reads the audiobook, and that is part of the fandom. Don't try to tell me it's not. But yeah, Teen Wolf is just, I think as well, the fact that they are so down to earth, and the fact that a lot of them are geeks as well. So they just seem to really enjoy being there. So I'm getting all emotional now. So I will say good night and thank you to Teen Wolf for the memories. I would have loved to, if I could have made it as an actress, to be on Teen Wolf, but unfortunately now. But thank you very much for the memories, for all the times at conventions, and for just making me laugh and smile at the conventions and watching the show. So I will say good night and thank you. Bye.